A very few people leave a long-lasting impact on their fellow beings by their ideologies and perspectives in life which still make an impact. One such person is Mahatma Gandhi, who was born on October 2nd, 1869 in Porbandar, Gujarat. Remembering the leader and his contributions, every year on October 2nd, Gandhi Jayanti is celebrated all across the globe. His teachings are reiterated and his words revisited. Several schools organize functions where people from different walks of life, caste and religion unite together to mark this day. A few words are not enough to speak about the deeds and values of Mahatma Gandhi, but we, as the future of the nation, can honor him by living our lives on his principles of truth, peace and non-violence and lead this country to an incredible nation.
Mahatma Gandhi, O Apostle of Peace, O Teachers of Cooperation, I, your little child, offer you my salutation. When we think of you, we remember truth and non-violence, and we cherish your memories with almost reverence. You taught us with your charkha that India always promises. May you give us strength and our efforts always bless. You gave our country freedom and gave us faith and hope. The country of your dreams will work together as if tied by a divine rope. You, Father of this nation, gave our country birth, and generations to come will hardly believe that people such as you ever walked the earth.
Occasions like the present do not occur in everybody's and rarely in anybody's life. I want you to know and feel that there is nothing but purest ahimsa in all that I am saying and doing today. The draft resolution of the working committee is based on ahimsa. The contemplated struggle similarly has its roots in ahimsa. If, therefore, there is any among you who has lost faith in ahimsa or is weird of it, let him not vote for this resolution. God has vouchsafed to me a priceless gift in the weapon of ahimsa. I and my ahimsa are on a trial today. If in the present crisis, when the earth is being scorched by the flames of ahimsa and crying for deliverance, I fail to make use of the God-given talent, God will not forgive me and I shall be judged unworthy of the great gift. I must act now. Ours is not a drive for power, but purely a non-violent fight for India's independence. In a violent struggle, a successful general has been often known to effect a military coup and to set up a dictatorship. A non-violent soldier of freedom will covet nothing for himself. He fights only for the freedom of his country. The Congress is unconcerned as to who will rule when the freedom is attained. The power, when it comes, will belong to the people of India, and it will be for them to decide to whom it plays in the entrusted. I know how imperfect our ahimsa is and how far we are away still from the ideal, but in ahimsa there is no final failure or defeat. I have faith and therefore that if, in spite of our shortcomings, the big thing does happen, it will be because God wanted to help us by crowning with success our silent, unremitting sadhana for the last 22 years. I believe in the history of the world, there has not been a more genuinely democratic struggle for freedom than ours. I read French Revolution when I was in prison, and Pandit Jawaharlal has told me something about the Russian Revolution. In the democracy which I have envisaged, a democracy established by non-violence, there will be equal freedom for all. Everybody will be his own master. It is to join a struggle for such democracy that I invite you today. Once you realize this, you will forget the differences between Hindus and Muslims and think of yourselves as Indians only, engaged in the common struggle for independence. Then is the question of your attitude towards the British. I have noticed that there is hatred towards the British among the people. The people say that they are disgusted with their behavior. The people make no distinction between British imperialism and the British people. To them, the two are one. This hatred would even make them welcome the Japanese. It means that they will exchange one slavery for another. We must get rid of this feeling. A quarrel is not with the British.
Open Defection Free (ODF) by October 2, 2019 by Mahatma Gandhi's 150th birth anniversary. Then a lot has changed. Swachh Bharat Mission has achieved significant milestones in both the rural and urban areas and has triggered a nationwide flurry of activity to improve sanitation and cleanliness in the country. The government has repeatedly described it as one of the biggest people's movements. In the last 4 years, 9 crore toilets have been constructed in India and more than 4.5 lakh villages, 450 districts, 20 states and union territories have been declared open defecation free successfully.
Practices and encourage regeneration of women, but also gave the ideal that women are not just equal and different, but superior to men. Gandhi opposed all the practices that were harmful to women and girls, even if those practices had the sanction of the Dharma Shastra, law, and the tradition. He did not stop at opposing the practices, but also forcefully advocated in favor of various rights of women.
Gandhi wanted village to become self-sufficient republics. He knew that India lived in its village, which is why he stressed on the growth of rural economy. Ideas that Gandhiji had to make village self-sufficient was Swadeshi, which means made in its own country. The growth of rural economy was khadi, handloom, handicraft and sericulture. Second, gainful employment for each individual. His adversary Charkha was the way to promote gainful employment. The Charkha symbolized that how people can earn their own livelihood and become self-reliant. He wanted to break down the boundaries between manual and mental work rooted in the caste system. Thirdly, the disintegration of economy. According to him, large-scale production was meant to be profit-oriented. That is, therefore, for society, as it could lead to concentration of wealth and power in few hands. His belief on decentralization were aimed at correcting all evils of centralized economy. At last, I would like to say that Gandhiji always said that I am not opposed to machinery as such. I am opposed to machinery which displaces labor and leaves it idle.
On 2nd October, we celebrate Gandhi Jayanti to mark the birth anniversary of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He was also known as Father of the Nation, as he has led the freedom struggle of our India along with the other national leaders. He has spent a major part of his life for freedom of our country. He did great work all through his life, which still has an impact on the people in this modern era. He has fought till the death has touched his feet and take him to heaven. At last, I want to say, live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were live forever. Thank you.